getting answers for Western Massachusetts. This is Western Mass News on ABC 40.
Hey everyone, well if you're just about over this extreme heat, you are in luck. It is coming to an end. Welcome to Western Mass News at noon. I'm Taylor Jacobs. We're expecting one more day of this summer scorcher, but we're also watching for the threat of some severe storms. So our team coverage continues at this hour as we work to bring you all you need to know about this stuff. We have Western Mass News reporter Briseida Landaverde on standby for us in Agawam. They got rocked yesterday, but first, let's begin with first warning meteorologist Dan Brown. Dan, where are we at now?
Yes, Taylor, we're just shy of 90 degrees, and we know all too well about the heat and the humidity across the area. But yes, we are on the lookout for some strong, severe thunderstorms later this afternoon. All is quiet now, and we're just shy of yet another 90-degree day. Lots of sunshine. Temperature right now 89 degrees, so hot enough. Readings up and down the valley, just shy or a little over 90 degrees. And as usual, that's just part of the story. We also have the dew points that are running high, making it feel like it's between 95 and 98 degrees already. And we still have a few hours to go to heat the atmosphere up. So that heat advisory is in effect until 7 o'clock this evening. Feel like temperatures over the next couple of hours will come up over 100 degrees. You can see plenty of sunshine across Western Mass. Not much going on yet, but we're starting to see some severe weather fire up across New York State. This is what we'll be eyeballing over the next couple of hours. I think the severe storms will arrive by the middle part of the afternoon and then last into the first half of the evening. And again, a few of those storms will be strong to severe. National Weather Service has put out their first severe thunderstorm watch. And keep in mind, watch just means conditions are favorable. It does not include Western Mass yet. It includes Vermont and New York State. But that I would imagine later this afternoon will be under a watch as well. Storms Prediction Center does keep us on that 1 to 5 scale of 3. It's not very often that we're a 3 on that 1 to 5 scale. So strong to severe thunderstorms this afternoon. The biggest threats are going to be strong straight line winds, heavy rainfall, of course, lightning that comes with that, and we can't rule out some hail either. This is our futurecast. This takes us to about 3 or 4 o'clock. So let's plan on 2, 3 o'clock, and thereafter, that's when the storm chances start to go up. They'll be with us around dinner time as well. And again, these storms will kind of come in lines and waves as we go deeper into the afternoon and evening. I think after about 9 o'clock or so, by then things will start to calm down. So the biggest threat are those strong straight line winds between 50 and 70 miles per hour. Intense rainfall as well. It can dump a lot of rain in a short period of time. They'll be moving fast, but nevertheless, they could still dump about 2 inches of rain in about a 30-minute period. There's a chance of some hail. Also, there's a low chance of a tornado. This particular setup, it's not likely, but obviously we can't say that it won't happen. So really, all possibilities this afternoon between about 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. That'll put an end to the heat, but not necessarily the humidity. We'll explain and have a complete look at our forecast, including the weekend, coming up in just a few minutes from now. Taylor, back to you.
Thank you, Dan. And this team coverage continues now, turning to the storm damage that forced Six Flags New England to close early last night and remain closed today. Western Mass News reporter Briseida Landaverde is live in Agawam and picks up the story from there. Bree, what's the latest?
That's right, Taylor. Now, crews have been working around the clock about a quarter mile from here near the general parking area after last night's storm passed by. Now, when we were driving by, we saw police directing traffic away from the scene as they were cleaning up all the traffic, all the debris from last night and the broken branches, and a sign informing guests the park will be closed today due to storm damage. Now, here's a look at some events that unfolded last night. Our Western Mass News crew's cameras were rolling when this tree fell on power lines, causing a power outage from the park and surrounding area. Six Flags New England closed early yesterday to keep both employees and guests safe. Western Mass News also obtained this video showing damage from inside the park. You can see branches covering the rides and tables knocked over by the wind. A Six Flags employee tells us there was flooding also inside of the park. Now, we did speak to some residents who traveled almost 2 hours to the park this morning. And Taylor, they do tell us they're very sad that the park is closed on such a hot day. The park, as of now, is only closed for today. And if things change, we will keep you updated both on air and online. For now, reporting live in Agawam, Briseida Landaverde for Western Mass News.
Yeah, got to feel that disappointment for them, Bree. Thanks for that update. We'll see you tonight. New at noon for you. Western Mass News is getting a closer look at the conditions in Agawam last night that caused damage in town beyond Six Flags. Take a look here at this video sent in by a viewer named Mark. We're told this was filmed in a neighborhood just west of Six Flags. You see that heavy rain and strong winds eventually knock over some patio furniture, an umbrella on the tilt there. Some intense stuff, no doubt, right there. And Agawam wasn't the only place to see some damage. Over in Springfield, fire officials say a lightning strike last night is what caused this shed to catch on fire. It's on Marchioness Road. We're told the fire, though, was put out rather quickly and nobody was injured. And that short but windy storm also brought down a tree on Berkshire Street in Indian Orchard. This is what it looked like at about 7 last night. Thankfully, no injuries or power outages were reported from that specific incident either. All right, well, we are expecting one more day of this extreme heat, so we're also taking a look at how dangerous some outdoor activities can get when temperatures climb. Western Mass News reporter Audrey Russo spoke with some experts to find out what point is too hot for kids and pets to be outside.
Western Mass News took the thermometer to Zop Park for a closer look at just how quickly the sun can heat things up. Before 11 a.m. and long before the hottest part of the day, the pavement by a walking path had already heated up to 119 degrees. The metal bleachers by the basketball court, 106 degrees. But the actual blacktop near the hoops themselves set the record at 127 degrees. But according to the Consumer Product Safety Commission, even plastic playground material can pose a risk.
This extreme heat is good for no one.
Not for kids, and especially not for pets. Western Mass News spoke with Carmen DeCenzo, Executive Director at Dakin Humane Society. He tells Western Mass News that the safest way to keep pets cool is leaving them indoors with fans specifically positioned at their height.
Something that might be hitting you probably isn't getting your dog.
He says if your pet must go outside to use the bathroom, a quick trip out on the grass is okay. But if pavement is your only option,
spray it down with a hose, water, and go on and off it very, very quickly. You need to cool it down, but really the best bet is do not go anywhere near pavement, asphalt.
We tested out the ground right in front of the Humane Society itself. Note this is concrete, not asphalt.
122.7. What could happen to a pet's paw pads or skin if they come into contact with 122 degree heat?
So this kind of temperature is going to burn skin. So you have to remember your dogs and cats, their feet do not have fur on them, so the skin will come off, blister.
Even in the shade, the temperature in the park and under the Humane Society's awning was still around 90 degrees. And it's important to remember, for animals and humans, that shade doesn't stay in the same place.
The sun moves, right? So in an area that seems shaded, maybe the sun just moved a few minutes ago, a half hour ago, and that temperature's still in there.
Reporting for Western Mass News, I'm Audrey Russo.
Interesting stuff. Keep in mind for today and going forward. Well, today, Senator Ed Markey will be visiting Western Mass to talk about the impact of the new child tax credit and what it will do to families. Starting July 15th, eligible households will begin receiving extra money each month. Now, under the American Rescue Plan, parents can receive monthly payments beginning July 15th going through December. This would total $300 each month for children under 5 and under, and $250 each month for children ages 6 to 17. Now, the tax credit applies to single tax filers who make below $75,000 and then married couples who combined make $150,000 or less. Right now, Markey is in Springfield, and in about an hour or so, he'll be over in the Holyoke area campaigning to make this expansion permanent. All right, well, the state has also officially released the dates for the fully vaccinated to register for a chance to win $1 million through the taxpayer-funded lottery system here. The Vax-A-Millions, as they're calling it, kicks off tomorrow. Residents 18 and older will have 5 chances to win a $1 million cash prize. And then if you're in the bracket between 12 and 17 years old, you can win one of 5 $300,000 scholarship grants. Drawings will be held once a week starting July 26th, and they'll continue every Monday through August 23rd. Again, registration begins tomorrow, and you can sign up over on VaxMillionsGiveaway.com. Well, the Delta variant for COVID-19 is expected to become even more prevalent. The CDC now saying this strain accounts for more than a quarter of all new cases across the country. Our Western Mass News correspondent Alex Brachet has the latest.
Newly alarming numbers from the CDC. The highly contagious Delta variant now accounts for more than 26% of new cases in the U.S. In parts of the Mid and Mountain West, the CDC estimates it could account for more than 50% of new cases. The Delta variant found in every state except for South Dakota, Missouri being hit the hardest. Only 38% of eligible people there have been fully vaccinated, and new COVID-19 cases have risen by more than 76% in the last month. Health officials are urging the public to get those vaccines.
We know from good studies that the Delta variant is protected against by the vaccines that fundamentally are being used here. And that's the reason why the CDC feels at this point they should not change their recommendation.
In Los Angeles, county health officials are now recommending masks in public indoor spaces, regardless of vaccination status.
I did take off my mask a couple weeks ago, but now with the new variant coming out, I'm hearing of people getting COVID again, and I'm getting a little bit nervous.
They may understandably feel that they want that extra degree of precaution, and that is just fine. But the overall countrywide recommendation of the CDC has not changed.
But today, more reopenings in states like Oregon and Washington, where vaccination rates are higher, those states lifting most restrictions. Officials in other major cities like Chicago and New York say they have no plans to revisit mask requirements. Alex Brachet, ABC News, Washington.
Coming up, first responders are working tirelessly to try to find anybody out there who still might be in that rubble in the condo collapse down in Miami Beach. This is President Biden's expected visit that site tomorrow. We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back, everybody. The time right now is 12:13, and we got a double whammy today, kind of like yesterday when some of us had the severe weather and all of us had to deal with the heat and humidity. I think the severe weather, a little bit of chance, it might be a little bit more widespread this afternoon. So we're starting with a quick look at the radar, and you can see all is clear as of now, and you can tell by looking at our sky cover too. Tons of sunshine out there. So let's talk a little bit about the heat that's ongoing right now. This is the third day in a row with the oppressive heat and humidity. We're just shy of 90. Obviously, we're going to get there pretty easily, right? We're going to end up in the mid-90s again this afternoon with those feel-like temperatures, 95 now. It's going to feel like it's 100 this afternoon. So one more day of extreme heat. A cold front will approach. That will kick off showers and thunderstorms in a few hours. And as we go into the evening, and we're talking about damaging winds and flooding rains with the two two most problematic things, but of course with any thunderstorm you have the lightning, and of course you can always perhaps even have some hail. So really everything is on board in terms of threats as we go into the afternoon. 89 in Springfield, 88 Worcester, Boston right now at 95 degrees. Dew points are in the 70s yet again. And as the front moves through, it will cool us off, but the dew points, the humidity levels, going to be staying high probably even tomorrow as well, because that front is going to be draped across the area. It's not going to just move on through and dry us out nicely. It's going to stall across the area. Feels like 95 in Springfield right now, 102 in Boston, 100 in Providence. So if you're planning on maybe going in the backyard this afternoon, going to be out for a few hours anyway in the pool, just keep in mind, yeah, the sun may be out now, but things will be changing. 95 degrees, hot and humid, and we'll be watching out for some of those storms. So you see those clouds billowing up. Obviously, you want to bring it on indoors. Right now, it's just mostly sunny skies. We're noticing some storms firing up across New York State. We have a severe thunderstorm warning right now just north of Syracuse. So it's this area that we'll be watching as it slides off to the east. In fact, the National Weather Service has extended the severe thunderstorm watch. It does not include southern New England or western Mass yet, but it does include just areas to our north. I would imagine later on this afternoon we'll go under a watch. And keep in mind, a watch means that storms are likely, not that it's happening yet, but that the ingredients are there. So that's when you want to kind of plan out and just be weather wary. A warning means that it's happening now or very soon, and that's when you want to take action and you want to head inside immediately. All right, here's our future cast. This pushes us into the middle part of the afternoon. Next couple of hours, it's just hot and humid, and then from about 3 o'clock on, we'll be on the lookout for some of these storms firing up and then sliding through as we go into the afternoon, and then winding down probably by 9 o'clock or so. Then things will start to taper off at that point. So again, in terms of the threats, it's the wind and the torrential rains that we're most concerned about, but there could be some large hail, and we can't rule out a tornado, although that would be very likely in this setup. In fact, northern New England actually has a better chance than we do for that. But severe weather, straight line winds 50 to 70 miles per hour, as we know just from yesterday alone, can do some damage here. So today's real humid. Even tomorrow, though, it's still going to be humid with showers and downpours around. Friday, too, as we continue to cool off, and then the dew points will start to come down as we head into this upcoming weekend. So the showers and thunderstorms move through, but notice the front, it just slowly makes its way across the area. So lots of leftover clouds tomorrow, some showers, a few downpours, maybe a thunderstorm around tomorrow, but we're not expecting severe weather as waves of low pressure ride right along this front. Could have some more downpours tomorrow night, and even on Friday and Saturday, it looks like it's going to be mostly cloudy with scattered showers around at that point, but it will be significantly cooler. So today's the last day that we get up into the 90s. The showers and storms move in this afternoon. They'll wind down tonight, but leftover clouds, temperatures in the 60s to near 70. And then tomorrow, we're going to have clouds around, temperatures in the 70s, but it's still muggy. And it will be rather rainy with showers, downpours, perhaps an embedded thunderstorm. Notice how we're cooling big time by the time we get into the weekend. Right now, Saturday probably not looking the greatest. Lots of clouds, a few leftover showers. Maybe Sunday a little brighter, but still the chance of a spot shower. So certainly much cooler stuff is on the way, but the dew points will stay high at least through tomorrow, and then they'll start to come down Friday and as we head into the weekend. The weekend's still kind of up in the air, but latest indications are that an upper level disturbance will kick showers around still on Saturday. How about that, though? Highs in the upper 60s. All right, that's your forecast. We'll have another look at weather coming up in a few minutes. Taylor, back to you.
Longing for that Bermuda high suddenly. Thank you, Dan. Well, it's now a race against time in Surfside, Florida. President